Hello again, everybody. This is Rocket Rick J18, and I'm here to talk to you today about some of my experiences at the National, which concludes later today. For me, it concluded on Friday evening, and I'll tell you a little bit about that as we go along. But let me describe to you what I hope to do in this video. I would like to concentrate on uh, some of my YouTube friends who were in attendance, that I know of for sure were in attendance at the National. And I've got some gifts that I received from a few of them. And I got some other things that I received from one of them at such an incredibly great price that you'd have to consider that to be at least partially a gift anyway. So I'm going to read off some of the names of people that were there, and then I have a couple of things I want to comment about them individually. First was John 3D80's kid, who I believe is attending his first national, and he was been looking forward to it. He was able to, despite his uh, financial wherewithal, he was able to get a couple of pretty nice cards. I'm really happy for him. Eric Four Leaf Cards. Eric sponsored the All Star team for the YouTubers, which is a great thing. Eric is a great TTMer, and he's just a guy. Right? He's just a terrific guy. Has a nice collection, wonderful collection, and here he is another year of hosting a bed and breakfast type situation where he spends an awful lot of money doing that, and it's great. Very nice. Sammy Thunder, and I'm going to show you a card that I got from Sammy Thunder, and I'm just going to put it right over here. Get the glare off of it. It's a Dexter Press card, and if you remember Roy White, he was an outfielder, left fielder for the Yankees in the late 60s and early 70s. He finally did get on a World Series team, 1977, and I think maybe again in 1978. Great switch hitter, and by all accounts, a really terrific guy, and I really appreciate Sammy thinking of me because he knows that I'm a Yankee fan. Theo, Clementi collector, also with four with the Four Collectors group. Orlando, Collector's Dream was there. Took some nice video. If you want to get an idea what the floor of the convention center looked like, take a look at some of Orlando's video clips. You'll be impressed. Scott, Big Scott 35 was there. I saw him at the annual get together for YouTubers, and he looked like he was having a good time. A nice baseball collector who hosts the annual get together was there and holding court at the Hotel RL. More about that later. And Mike is just such a generous guy in sponsoring the annual get together, and always has a great presence at the National, and rightfully so. I want to deal with one issue by itself. And if any of you have watched his most recent video, you know that Rob, baseball time traveler, experienced one of the most crushing, devastating things that can happen to a parent when his daughter Megan was murdered in a domestic abuse situation. And Rob has himself put out a video uh, on this subject just a few days ago when we ran into him at the hotel just before the annual get together. He told us about what had happened, and I just think it's just so tragic and so awful to even consider. I don't know what someone can say to a person who has gone through that kind of loss. And the only thing that I could think of was to say that really that I can't imagine what it would be like. I'm a father as well. I have a daughter as well. If something happened to her, I don't know that I would be able to go forward. So it's with great courage that Rob is and his wife are uh, trying to face this head on and deal with it. And I just wanted him to know that in my family, our prayers are with you, Rob, and your family. So if you have something you want to say to Rob, just to let him know that you're certainly in sympathy with him and his family. I think he would appreciate it. He's very courageous, and we'll just let that stay with it there, and let it go forward in its own natural way. Two guys that I met there, one is a YouTuber and one is not, who I spent a fair amount of time with, is Bill at Billy Ball Game Sports Cards, and Tom Wardenhouse, who is not a YouTuber, but who is great friends with Bill and with Coop and Chris from Missouri. They're all from Missouri. Um, Bill got his Holy Grail card, I think you could say. He was just unbelievably happy about it, and it was a 1954 Topps Hank Aaron rookie card. Uh, it's in a 2, but it looks like a 5. I mean, I'm not kidding you. This card has a has a couple of minor blemishes on it that knocked it down, but you can't hardly see them, and I can't see them because my eyesight's not that good. So congratulations to Bill. Dave Blue Jacket 66 was there, enthusiastically cheering on people who got cards that they were, just with pride over. And, Dave has one of the finest collections on, so he needs another card, like he needs another hole in his head. But he's got some greats. Alex Bowman 53 was there. Yeah, Alex hosts the live session on Sunday evenings, and he's a great guy, great collector. I was looking for a few good cards. I know he got at least one of them, and I'm sorry my memory doesn't didn't hold on to what that card was, but I'm sure he'll be telling you about it on his channel anyway. Brad 8761 was there. I got the chance to talk to Brad briefly at the get together, and really glad to see him. Brian B. Roth 6 stayed at the hotel I was at, and saw him at lunch a couple of times, talked to him at some length. His friend Michael was there, and I think Michael does have a YouTube channel, but unfortunately I didn't get it written down, and so maybe I want to find out from Brian, and I'm going to ask him that. Mike Canadian Cards was also at our hotel. He is, if you know Mike, he's really suffering from leg and back issues, and so he had to take a day off on Thursday to recover from what he did on Wednesday. and I think Friday he was able to get back out onto the convention floor. Garrett Card Cutter was there. He stayed at our hotel also. Chris from Missouri tried to stay at our hotel, I think, or another hotel, and he lost his room due to a water line break, I should say, and ended up staying with at what has been called the frat house for reasons which I probably don't know enough to go into, but you can draw your own conclusion from that. Dan's Vintage PC was there. Dean Gearhart, yeah, I collect it all, was there. I got a chance to talk to Dean at some length at the get together. Really nice guy, collects uh, similarly, I would say, to me, but not exactly, because he really does collect it all. George Diamond Yard Sports Cards was there, and George had some cards that he was selling and some other cards that he was buying, and just seemed like he was having a great deal of fun. I was glad I got a chance to talk to him. Don's Field of Dreams was there, and I did get a chance to talk to him briefly. I always look forward to talking to Don, anywhere I see him, or even just on, live streams and other events throughout the year. Eddie's Cardboard Chaos, he was also there, and I got a chance to talk to him some. James Elite Hunters was there. He was helping out on a friend's booth, and I did get a chance to talk to him briefly a couple times. Jason, Everyday Card Collector. It seemed like everywhere I went, I saw Jason. So Jason also gave me a couple of cards, which I'm going to show you now. And he knows that I'm a great Gunnar Henderson fan, and so he gave me the regular issue card and to glare off of it, and then also a silver border card from this year's, actually last year's 2023 collection. So thank you to Jason, Everyday Card Collector. Got a chance to meet Mike Hitman. Oh, by the way, this is Jason's. Get this over here. A decal sticker. I guess we don't call them decals anymore, but looks really nice, and it shows that he's not only a baseball collector, but also football and basketball. So that's Everyday Card Collector Jason. Mike Hitman 23 was there, and I got a chance to meet him for the first time. What a just dear fellow. Great to talk to, and thanks, Mike, for letting me hang out with you a little bit. Brian Hodges 1455 was there. If you know Brian, he goes about his business with great care and great enthusiasm, and really enjoyed seeing him get some of the cards that he was looking for. John at John P. Collects was there, along with Mike Junkwax Hero, and I'm afraid that you're going to see my homely self appearing in one of his videos, making a very strange face, and I'll let him explain that. Jake Legends Never Die was there. I got a chance to see him. Lou Rock TV, Greg at Midlife Cards. Here's Jake's card, his YouTube card, bearing the number 10, which I believe is his softball number, and those are actually his statistics from softball season. So you get the idea there. That's a pretty neat looking card. And speaking of neat looking cards, Greg, midlife cards. He has a T206 with a Piedmont back uh, motif, and it tells you a little bit about Greg. So glad to see him there. He was really kind of all over the place, and I was remiss I didn't show you Sammy Thunder's card, which is in the vein of a transagram card, which is kind of an oddball card. And Sammy has kind of become an oddball collector, but really serious, fun oddball stuff, including some of these transagram rarities. John 3D80s Kid I mentioned earlier. This is his card, and he's got the motif of the 73 Tops cards. And he says this is card number 90 90 something. I can't read the other numbers, but around 90, I guess. About the best I can say. A Mike Junkwax Hero was there, and he was doing a lot of fun things, and I mentioned him just a minute ago, and one of them is his funny face video, so you look forward to that. Mookie Chilson was there. I got to meet him in person for the first time, and it was a thrill. What a guy. Terrific guy. Mr. Fisherbike was there. Craig from Pastor Craig's Cards. I'd met him at the Strongsville show and got to renew my acquaintance with him. Dave, Peacemaker Cards, was there. I got a chance to spend some time with him at the get-together. Filmington was there. Jim, Picker Jim S. I got a chance to talk to him. Scott from Reindeer Studio was there. And Scott designed my new YouTube card in the form of a 1967 Yankees rookie card. And I had him put Mickey Mantle's picture on there too, because Mickey's my favorite player. And who else would I put on there? Here's what the back of the card looks like. And so thank you to Scott. I mean, I just sent him the picture. He did everything. It was created and got it printed and everything else. I really am thankful to him for doing that. Darren returned to collecting. Gave me one of his cards, and it's in the shape of a 1938 Gowdy Heads Up card. It's got the scribbles on it, and really a very thoughtful and interesting YouTube cards for Darren. Mike at Scoots Collectibles was there. I got a chance to talk to him, and he had lots of good things to say, and again, another really nice guy. Andy, she blinded me with refractors, one of Mike Moynihan's good friends, was there, and I got a chance to talk to him a little bit, and I appreciated the opportunity to do that. Snoop at 12922, he was there, had his baseball bat for YouTubers to sign, and I wish I had gotten to spend some time with him, but he always seemed to be busy whenever I saw him at the gathering, and that was about the only place that I did see him. Stephen Rip Fan 8, he was there, and again I met him at Strongsville and got to know him pretty well and got a chance to spend some time with him. Matt the Card Story was there. Drew at the Drew Vintage Legacy was there, and I picked up. I'm just going to go over here and grab something for a second. I picked up a set of card stands, which he had for sale, and I just show you what these look like. They're really nice. These have cherry on top, and I'm not sure what the other wood is on the bottom, but he can tell you. And they look like they're going to work great. So I'm glad to have those and look forward to being able to use them in various and sundry displays of cards. So thanks to Drew for that. And he was able to pick up some cards too. So again, glad to see that he had the opportunity to do that. Let's see, where am I? Eric, those back pages. I saw him several times. I met him last year at the National. I had much time with him, but I really enjoy Eric's videos, and I think they're spot on just about all the time. TJ at Triple Crown 24, he was there, and I've talked to him some at some of the Mike Moynihan's, I think, basement sale from Dave Berg's dad, Blue Jacket 66. TJ is online, was also there, and I got a TJ's card, which I'm very happy about. TJ is online. TJ's from the Philadelphia area, and we got a chance to talk at the get together and spend a little time, talking about Philadelphia and Philadelphia area, which I spent my first year in school in first grade just outside of Philadelphia, and so we reminisced a little about that. And then I grew up in the Newark, Delaware area, so this is TJ's card. Next is Doug Video Guy 316, who had the one card that serves as a beer coaster as well as his card, and then Doug wrote his contact information on the back of the card. The coaster card, or card coaster, maybe. I don't know which is the right way to say it, but thanks, Doug, and love your channel, and I got a chance to meet his brother and his son also. Okay. Let's see here. Turned it the wrong way, I think. Rick Vintage Oddball Cards. I don't know what I can say about Rick. I'm just going to briefly show you one of the 4 cards that I purchased from Rick before the National got underway, but he delivered them at the National, and I'm going to do a separate video on these. But I just want you to appreciate what Rick did. He sold cards because he wanted to take the money and put it into a big card, which I hope that he did. I didn't get a chance to find out before I had to leave. But anyway, thank you so much, Rick. I want to publicly thank you for offering these cards to the YouTube community, and especially to me, because I took advantage of it 4 times, and at prices that were just so generous. So thank you, Rick. Adam Vintage Sanctuary. Adam and I are on a thread together. Messenger thread. We also have done a few live streams over the last year or so, and I got to spend a good bit of time with Adam, and I was really grateful for that opportunity. I mentioned Eddie's Cardboard Chaos earlier. I did get a copy of Eddie's card, and he's a big fan of Ricky Henderson. That's what the back of his card looks like. So, The next guy is John Wade Boggs fan, and this is what his card looks like, and it prominently includes Mr. Wade Boggs, who is the namesake of his channel, and they actually are good friends. So it shows you what you can do if you're willing to put yourself out there and really go after something. And he's a great collector of Wade Boggs cards, as well as other cards too. And this is his card, and this is what the back looks like. It's in the image of the 67 tops. Here's a group called the Card Menches, and this is their card, Danny Black, right here by my forefinger, and John Newman. They have one of the, I told them, I said, I thought it was maybe one of the most cerebral hobby shows regularly appearing on YouTube, Hobby News Daily. And, they just talk about interesting things and do it in a very honest and intelligent way, and their observations and conclusions are really very interesting. So I recommend their channel, and I really enjoyed talking to both of them at the YouTube get together. Ed Weskergriff was there. Warren D. in CLE was there, and Warren I got to know at the Strongsville show, and again here at the National as well. And he had a gift for me of some Glaber Torres cards, and I know Glaber's not having a great year this year, but I am personally a fan of Glaber Torres and glad to have him as a part of the Yankee team. And these are the cards that Warren gave to me at the National. And another guy who's there is Iconic Al. Al at Iconic Baseball. Here is a card with Mickey Mantle and Mark Teixeira on the front of it, and here's his career comparison stats on the back of this card. Very interesting card, and I really thank Warren for thinking of me. I enjoyed talking to you a great deal at Strongsville and also in Cleveland at the National, and I look forward to spending more time with Warren in the future. If you were at the National and you have a YouTube channel and I didn't mention your channel, it's because I don't subscribe to your channel yet. But if you will leave a comment to this video, I will certainly subscribe to your channel and apologize profusely to you for omitting the name of your channel. But I really felt strongly that so many of these people did such wonderful things that I couldn't help but mention as many of them as I could possibly remember. And I basically went through my subscription, the channels that I subscribed to, that list, and tried to refresh my memory as many people as I could think of who I saw there. I did have to leave early. We had some plumbing issues I had some plumbing issues in my room. And when I had to face that, I felt like I really couldn't continue on. I didn't have any more money left. I spent all of my money that I budgeted for cards that I budgeted and so forth. And I also really wore my back out on Friday. And so I went home Friday night, and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to a lot of my friends, and I certainly want to apologize for that. So, again, thank you so much for your friendship over the past year since the last national, and I look forward to continuing that friendship and growing it in the coming year, and hope that we will have a chance to meet again at the national in Chicago next year. So, with that in mind, this is Rocket Rick J18, wishing that all your collecting dreams come true.